Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Ness Monster. This is my review of the Star Wars Black Series 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi R2-D2. And this is quite interesting looking at this card back because this is actually a screenshot from Empire Strikes Back, not Return of the Jedi. But that is what the original Kenner figure looks like, and so they're giving homage to that and reusing that original Kenner card back, and it looks great, so really appreciate the attention to detail there. Flipping around to the back, we actually do just have the case assortment. Not a whole lot else going on there, so let's go ahead, crack this guy open, and take a closer look. Alrighty guys, so we do have the R2 figure out of the box, and he is looking incredible. Right off the bat, I can tell he is a much bigger scale compared to some of the previous Black Series astromechs, and this is a huge improvement because those astromechs are severely underscaled, so it's really nice to see. Also loving all the accessories that came with this figure, all of which can be stored on the figure, so I'll definitely get into that a little bit later in the video, but yeah, this guy looks incredible. Now we actually do have two other figures from this wave that are brand new, including the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, as well as the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, both of which I actually already have reviews up on the channel right now, so make sure to go check those out if you are interested, but let's take R2 off the spinny stand and take a closer look. So as far as R2 goes, you can have him in his rolling position here, or you can put him up and actually just push the leg back in and have him in his normal like standing position here, which is really nice. Both work great, and to actually get that third leg out, all you have to do is grab it and pull it out. It's kind of hard to get sometimes, but it's not too hard to actually retract. Now you're probably wondering, this guy has a ton of accessories, and where are they? Well, they can all actually be stored on the figure by pulling up the head. And this is definitely the coolest feature. All of the accessories are stored on the inside of the figure here, which is great because you're never going to lose any of your accessories, which is really, really nice. Now, I am having troubles getting to stay up. I didn't have troubles before, but it looks like there I fixed it. But super cool, and these accessories are actually for the side panels here, as well as the top panels. And I gotta say, these side panels are very difficult to get open. I have been using a knife here to kind of pry it open, but they're not easy to get off. Same with these top panels here. Not exactly the easiest thing to get off. And here's R2 with every single attachment on him here, if it doesn't just fall off. But I guess that's a good example to show you. Just peg it in and it looks great. So we do have the two different radar pieces on the top here, and now of course you can still lift it up and spin it around with it up there. But then we do have four different arms here, which are pretty cool. You really do have to peg it in there deep to get it to stay in, but it does work pretty well. We also do have like a little blaster hand here, which is quite interesting because I don't think we've ever seen R2 use a blaster before, but maybe they're preparing for a chopper figure. We'll have to wait and see, but I do really like these accessory choices for R2. Now, as far as articulation goes for a figure like this, it's not super crazy articulation. Obviously, the legs can go around. The little wheels here have a little bit of motion. Head can spin. That's about all the articulation you're going to get. Now, comparing the Black Series version here to the Mafex version, as you can tell, there's a lot of differences. For starters, the Mafex version is just a little bit bigger in scale, but I do think that this version is more accurate, so that is interesting. But one accessory that I really wish that the Black Series version came with, considering that it is a Return of the Jedi figure, is a little drink tray. And so I wanted to test this out and see if it fit on here, and I mean, it fits on there. I mean, it's not snug like it is on here, but it fits on there. Now, I think the biggest problem is you don't have a little drink dispenser in the middle, which is a little unfortunate. But a few things that this Mafex version does a lot better than the Black Series version that I really want to point out is, for one, the wheels. All the wheels here are actual wheels. So if I don't throw it around, though, it can actually roll, which is nice. And then another feature that I really like is the leg here. You just push the bottom and it pops out. So you don't actually just have to grab it and pull it. It just clicks in and out of place, which is really, really nice. And then, of course, the weathering. I love the sandy weathering on this figure, but this one definitely has some more accurate blue color, so I gotta give Black Series props for that. But I do hope they do a weathered dirty version in the future because it would look really nice. But I did want to compare this to a previous Black Series Astromech. Now, we actually don't have the Black Series R2 in my collection, so I do apologize for that. But this is another Black Series Astromech here, and you can truly see the scale difference. The original Black Series one is much, much smaller, so it's really nice to get an accurate scale R2 here in the line. Next up for comparisons, we do have the Mafex C3PO on the right. We have the Black Series C3PO on the left. Now, obviously, R2 and C3PO are a pair. You very rarely see them apart, and so I have to do a good comparison here. But I gotta say, I think the Mafex one is visually kicking it out of the water. I love the chrome finish on this Mafex one, but unfortunately, it is a little bit tall. It's not perfect 6-inch scale. I think the Black Series one is a little bit more accurate when it comes to scale, but I gotta say the Mafex one articulation-wise sucks. It literally falls apart in your hand. It is not a good figure-wise, so I gotta give the Black Series version props where it's due, but I do wish they would do some kind of chrome finish. Next up for comparisons, we have two characters that would have been around R2 a lot, and that is, of course, Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker, and they're looking great. I think this R2 is really going to fit in, and you can put him on the shelf next to whoever you want, and I think he's going to really fit in. He looks pretty good here. And then last up for comparisons, we do have the brand new 40th Vader and Luke here. Both are great figures. Go check out my reviews. They will be pinned in the card and linked in the description. And they look great next to Luke here. So yeah, definitely a solid 40th wave here. And it's kind of sad they saved all the best for last. So, overall, I gotta say, I love this R2 figure. The scale is a huge improvement. That old R2 figure was really bad scale-wise, so this one is a huge improvement. Plus, the ability to store all of the accessories, I think, is huge, because those are such tiny accessories, and if you didn't have that way to store them, you would lose them. So, I like that feature, because I always know where those are going to be. It's going to be inside R2, and it's nice to know that. Plus, the fact that you can open up a bunch of panels and put in those accessories, it's really cool. So overall, I gotta say, I also do like the ability to pull out the third leg. Before, it has like a weird twist function to where it just kind of sucked. It was not good. And like I said, I like the way they upgraded this figure. They kind of fixed a lot of my critiques about the original one, so it's a great upgrade overall, and I gotta give it a 5 out of 5. I do wish we would have got the drink stand from Jabba's Palace, but it's not the end of the world, and I'm thinking they'll probably do a later version of that in the future. But since this is like the first release of the new R2, I don't think it's like a necessary I needed on the first release. So I think it's something they can save for a later release. But for right now, I like the figure that we got, and it's definitely a 5 out of 5. So if you did enjoy, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.